Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. We are back yet again and of course guys, today we will be previewing our last match before the international break and it is a big one. It's going to be Atlético Madrid versus Barcelona at the Wanda Metropolitano in what of course guys, as ever, is an absolutely massive game in La Liga and I think surely it will be Ronald Koeman's last official game as Barcelona coach. And you know what? He won't even be on the touchline for it. He is suspended. Schroeder will be down there. But it's Atleti versus Barca. It's a big one, so let's get started. And as I did mention guys, this is of course going to be an away game for Barcelona. It's away to Atlético Madrid. It's going to be at their home, the Wanda Metropolitano, at 9 PM local time on Saturday night over there in Spain. And from what we're hearing guys, the stadium should be full. We believe that there is going to be a full house at the Wanda on Saturday night. That is going to be really incredible. The atmosphere should be good, and for Barcelona, that's going to be something big to contend with in what already is a really hard game. And let's actually begin with Atletico, of course, the home team for this fixture, who of course, you know, we know straight away, guys, we don't hide from it. We know they're one of Spain's top sides. In fact, they have been for a while now. And I think, you know, all of us Barcelona fans, we actually feel as if we know Atleti pretty goddamn well now. We've played against them a lot of times over the years. We've had some really hard games against them. And I think they actually probably came into this season as a whole as title favourites. Of course, they are currently the La Liga champions, but certainly with their squad, guys, you can't really argue with that. They've also got a top coach. They're always so hard to beat, and that makes them really difficult to play against and just get any sort of result out of them. And of course, guys, nowadays, I think also you look at the quality in their squad, and it's, you know, it's vast. They've got big players all over the pitch who can win games. And I think certainly in this game in particular, guys, they come into it as favourites. There is absolutely no doubt about that, in my opinion, with the way Barcelona are playing, going to the Wanda against this Atleti side, they are definitely favourites. However, guys, you know what? In typical Atleti fashion, they have been suffering and hobbling through their games this season, even though they've got such a strong squad with so much depth, with so many quality players. They've even brought Griezmann in the summer, guys, who of course will be playing against us tomorrow, as will Luis Suarez. Those are two big stories on their own. But as ever with Atleti, guys, they just can't ever seem to win convincingly and really, you know, build something big at the club in terms of, you know, steamrolling past teams and picking at results. Even when they've won, guys, they have hobbled. Look, you look at their results, guys, 95th minute, 96th minute, 97th minute, you know, 98th minute goals, even an 100th minute goal there against Espanyol. They have been getting late results, and you've got to say, without those late goals, you wonder where they'd be this season, because they really, not really in any game, have convincingly won. So I think whilst Atleti fans will feel okay right now, they'll feel, yeah, you know what, we are getting points here and there. I think right now they'll probably all agree they're not actually playing that well, and their results really haven't been convincing at all. The good news for them is that they did, of course, get their first win in the Champions League midweek, but again, they hobbled. They played against 10-man AC Milan for 60-65 minutes and only just won with the last-minute Suarez penalty. Good news for them, though, is that Griezmann got his first goal back at the club, so he will now, hopefully for them, be able to rack up some more goals. He will likely start tomorrow next to Suarez, actually. So, of course, we will have to be cautious. And I think overall, guys, we know we're going to have to be cautious. I've said all that stuff about Atleti there, but we know, guys, you know, they are clear favourites. They've got a great team at home at the Wanda. You know, we're barely going to get any chances. And with the way we've been playing, guys, you know, if we play like we have been, we will not even get a draw in this game. That is for sure. They are such a strong team. I think they will also raise their level for this sort of game. So, look, what I'll say is this is going to be incredibly difficult. We are going to have to be excellent to get a result here. But I will also reiterate that Atletico are not invincible. They have dropped points. They have been playing poorly. They have been suffering and hobbling. So if we turn up, guys, we can pick up some form of result here. And before we move on, should we actually quickly take a look at how Atleti could be lining up for tomorrow's game? It's actually really hard to predict because they've got so many options, but it could be something like this if they go for a back three. Oblak in goal, you've got Marcos Llorente and Carrasco as the right and left wing backs. That, of course, will depend. If Trippier is fit, I think he'll start. If they want to go more defensive, I think Lodi will start on the other side too. You've got Jimenez, Savic, Felipe. If they play a back two, you know, two of those guys can play. If they play a back three, all of them will play. Kondogbia, I believe, is suspended in the middle of the pitch, so he will not be available. That leaves them with, you know, Koke, Llorente, De Paul. They've also got Hector Herrera on the bench. And then up front, guys, again, they've got so many options. João Felix, I believe, is back for this game after serving his suspension. But of course, they've got Griezmann, they've got Suarez, they've got Correa, they've got Thomas Lemar. Cunha is actually injured, so he won't be playing, but this is why they're title favourites, guys. They've got so much depth and so much quality, and tomorrow they can do 4-4-2, they can do 4-3-3, they can do 4-2-3-1, they can do 3-5-2, they can do 3-4-3. They've got so many different variations, guys, and we've got to be ready for all of them. And in terms of ourselves then, guys, Barcelona, well, what can we even say anymore, guys? I think the feeling in the fan base right now is that this game will surely be a defeat for Barcelona. There is little to no optimism whatsoever that we can even really get a point tomorrow with the way we're playing, with the coach, with our current squad. nothing really feels possible. And I think especially the way we've been playing as well. We haven't just been losing games or dropping points. We've been abysmal. And like I've touched on earlier, guys, in this sort of game away to Atlético at the Wanda with their sorts of players, it just feels impossible. After that 3-0 defeat to Benfica too, just a few days ago, you know, we haven't even had much time to recover from that. It just feels nigh on impossible, guys, to get a result here. Regarding Ronald Koeman, who of course is the man everyone's talking about, I believe, guys, we have now seen the last of him on the Barcelona touchline. He is suspended tomorrow. Schreuder will be down there, but I think this will actually be Koeman's final game as Barcelona coach, and he is likely to be sacked in the next few days over the international break, when we do have a 2-week break there to sort something out, to bring in a coach. Hopefully Laporta makes the right choice, because this is a big decision he's got to make here. But that decision is expected, guys, in the next few days after this game. So for now, guys, it's still Koeman's choices. It's still his lineups. It's still his squad, basically. But of course, guys, you know, in football, the time is now. We've got a huge game tomorrow. And to be honest, guys, you know, if we did actually somehow win this game, we'd be in a really good spot in La Liga. It feels quite weird to say because of how awful the season's been, but if we win this game, guys, we'd be above Atlético, and we'd have a game in hand on them, and we'd actually end up having a pretty solid start to the season. And I suppose the pain of saying that, guys, is that this game feels so out of reach. You know, we're saying if we won this game, we'd be in such a good spot, but right now, guys, there's such an awful feeling at Barcelona. Us fans, we don't feel at all confident that we can pick up any sort of result, and I think to come into these sorts of games with that sort of mindset, it's such an awful feeling to have as a Barcelona fan. But the fact is, guys, it's just the plain truth of the situation. We shouldn't really be hopeful about this team, about this manager, about, you know, scrambling any sort of result together in this massive game, and that really hurts to say. Regarding team news and how we could be setting up for tomorrow, you're not going to believe this, guys, but it looks like Pedri is injured again. He was, of course, used immediately against Benfica. He was thrown straight back into the lineup, and he now seems injured again. He's training alone in the gym, not with the rest of the squad, and that's not a good sign when the game is tomorrow, guys, and we'll probably be travelling out there tomorrow for the game. So Pedri is a big doubt for tomorrow. Other than that, guys, it's the same absences, and right here, guys, is the team that I would use in tomorrow's game. Back to the 4-3-3, kind of. It's a bit of a hybrid, but here we go. To Stegen in goal. Mingueza, I think, has to play at right back. Dest, I would play at left back, even though he's struggled, but he's got to, you know, raise his levels again. Araujo and Piqué at centre back. I don't think Garcia can start with the form he's in. Piqué, again, it's not ideal either, but I would go for him. In midfield, I would go for Busquets, De Jong, and Nico in there. I'd also even throw Gavi on top of those guys to kind of pack out the midfield. Gavi is a false right winger, and then Coutinho on the other side as a false left winger, so try and control the game, take the ball away from Atlético, and then you got Memphis there too. Look, it's not ideal. There's no natural wingers. There's no real, you know, right profiles, if you like, in certain areas of the pitch. But the fact is, guys, we're low on players right now, and I just don't think we should be using someone like Luke de Jong again. It's just useless in my opinion, so let's go for that. I think it would give us control. You've got Nico and Gavi in there next to de Jong and Busquets. I think that will give us some really good padding in midfield, actually, and I think we can actually then take the ball away from Atlético, especially if they line up with just two players in the middle of the park. So just thinking a bit of strategy here, guys, which I don't know if Koeman will be doing, but I think that's a good way we could do it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think regarding this lineup. I think it could work. But that is where I will wrap up this match preview, guys. Again, I'm not going to give a score prediction. I just feel, you know, it's not right now. But please do leave any of your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm sure you guys, again, will have a lot to say. So I'll be getting back to as many of you as I can. I'll see you very soon, of course, with the match review on Saturday night. Imagine if we get a win, guys. That would be really good. And that would actually be quite a nice way for Koeman to leave, to be fair. So please, guys, let's get the win. This is a big one. Hopefully you enjoyed the match preview, and goodbye.